Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Sorry I haven't been recording as many videos. It's been a busy couple weeks for me. I'm gonna show you guys how to do, first of all, the number talk today, but then also I'm going to show you how to do just metric conversions in general because I feel like there's some confusion and I understand. Let's see if we can kind of clear it up. So let's look at this problem right here. Kimberly is making strawberry lemonade for her class. She mixes 2 liters of lemonade and 3,000 milliliters of strawberry juice. How many liters of strawberry lemonade will Kimberly have? Okay, so first of all, let's think about the fact that we are trying to get an answer in liters, okay? And if you look, and I'm just going to blow this up for you. If you look, we can kind of like mark this word problem, and we can look. The final question is usually what you're looking for, right? It asks, how many liters of strawberry lemonade will Kimberly have? Okay, and she's mixing this amount, 2 liters, and with 3,000 milliliters of strawberry juice. Okay, so she's combining 2 different amounts. One of the amounts is 2 liters. Okay, and the other amount is 3,000 milliliters. Okay, so hopefully your brain is like cranking away, your gears are going, and you're thinking, how can I get that amount all together in liters? Okay, so what you have to do is you have to make sure that you have both of your amounts in the unit that you're looking for. Okay, so we know we're looking for liters. Are these both in liters? Hopefully you can see that this one is already in liters. So that's great. So we know we're going to have 2 liters plus some other amount of liters, right? But look, uh-oh, we're not in liters yet. Okay, so we have to convert 3,000 milliliters to liters. So how are we going to do that? Well, we've got to think about King Henry, right? We remember that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk is the way that we kind of order these different types of measurement, okay? So if we do King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, we know that milliliters is going to be right here, right? Here's milli. Okay, and that's what we're starting at. We're starting at milliliters. Liters is a base unit, okay? Liters, grams, meters are all base units. And you can think of those as they don't have the second letter with them, okay? It's just going to be one letter. Okay, those are all base units. So we are going from milliliters to liters, which is represented by B, which can be confusing. Miss Hersey taught me this great way to remember this. And what she says is, okay, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, better make good lemonade. Okay, and that stands for meters, liters, and grams as the base units. So if we're going from milliliters to liters, we are hopping 1, 2, 3 places to the left, okay? Your decimal is always going to move the way that you're jumping in King Henry. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. So let's look. We know that every whole number has a invisible decimal, right? Right after the ones place. Oh, my computer's doing funny things. Okay, let me change my color so that we don't get confused. So we know that that's where the decimal is starting, and it has to move 3 spaces to the left. So let's hop together. 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. And now, oh my, we've converted from milliliters to liters. So how are we going to write this number? 3.000. So we know that every whole number has an invisible decimal to the right of the ones place. So if the decimal is right after the 3 is in the ones place, and we don't have to include these zeros, okay, because that's just 3 liters. Okay, so here's your problem. Well, now it's looking pretty easy, I think. So really what we're looking at once we've converted the milliliters to liters is 2 liters plus 3 liters equals, hopefully you're saying 5 liters. Yes, awesome. Equals 5 liters. Okay, and look, here's our beautiful answer. Okay, I hope like in your brain you're like, oh, that's not too bad. That's really just multiplying by powers of 10, right? That's really what we're doing. We're dividing and multiplying by powers of 10. We're actually dividing on this one, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, let's look at another problem that's maybe not quite as complicated. I want to look at one of these ones. I'm not going to say what student this is, but this is somebody's correct and incorrect answers. And I want to show you how to do a couple of these problems before you go back and work on some of the reassigned assignments, okay? Because it won't help you at all to go back and work on reassignments if you don't understand still. Okay, so let's look. In the number 87 and 386 thousandths, which digit is in the tenths place? Okay, tricky. We're not talking about the tens place, okay? Yes, there are 8 tens on this number, in the number, but that's not the tenths place, okay? When we see that TH on the word, we know that it's going to be part of the decimal, okay? It's going to be part of the number that is the decimal piece. So tenths, it's a 1/10 of 1, right? So we're looking to the right of the decimal. And hopefully we remember that tenths is this first number right here. So it would be a 3. I continue to have a great student, I won't say their name, but they'll know who they are, who came up with this great way to remember which decimal places are which. And that's by looking and saying, oh, okay, 10 has 1 0. So the tenths place is only 1 space after the decimal. 100 has 2 zeros. So the hundredths place is 2 places after the decimal. 1,000 has 3 zeros. So the thousandths place is 3 places after the decimal. I love that trick. I think that is so smart. So that's how you can remember that this right here would be in your tenths place. Okay? Do we want to look at one more? Let's see. Choose the matching representation. Okay, let's look at this question. Choose the matching representation for this number right here. Okay, we're looking at Mr. DL again. Let me copy and paste this into a snip so that we can really look closer at it. Okay, so what we're really doing is just adjusting where the decimal is based on what power of 10 we're dividing by. Okay, I know that sounds confusing. I'm going to show you how to do it. We remember our friend Mr. DL, who helps us to decide which direction the decimal is going to move. And we know this stands for multiply right, divide left, and right here we're doing division. So we're going to move our decimal which way? Hopefully you're saying left. Okay, so we're going to move our decimal to the left. We've got to find out where our decimal is to begin with, right? But we know that if there's no decimal in the number, then it is a whole number and our decimal falls right after the ones place. Okay, so if we put our decimal in, we know we're moving to the left. And how many spaces are we moving? Hopefully you're saying 3 because our exponent is 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Here it is. Okay, so our new number is, or our answer, our quotient is 9,245 and 319 thousandths. Okay, now let's see if we can find the answer that matches that. I can see it right off the bat. I sure do. It is right here. Okay, there's your answer. See, it matches exactly what we found out. Okay? Guys, I hope this helps without taking too much of your time. I know that this is a fairly long video, but we haven't recorded. Sorry, I got paused, but what I was saying is that I haven't recorded too much, so, you know, hopefully you had a little bit of time to watch this, and hopefully it helps. And please remember to sign up for a tutoring session, at least one. It would be helpful to you to do that. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I miss your faces.